So here are the notes, the video notes for section 6.5. Now, I probably will put this into two parts. Okay, probably going up to, for this video, maybe up to example 2 or example 3. We'll just see how far we get. And then part 2 of this video will definitely be the rest of the notes. Okay, so make sure you get both of them. So we've been working on similar triangles. Well, we proved it with the angle-angle similarity, right? Now today what you're going to be learning is similar triangles, proving them with the side-side-side and the side-angle-side similarity theorem. Okay, both theorems. Okay, let's look at some vocabulary because that is very important in geometry. Side, side, side. Basically, this is saying that if you have two triangles, all three sides have to be proportional in order for the triangles to be similar. If you look here, right, I kind of just drew a triangle. The arrows are pointing to the sides. So this side, and this side, if we had another triangle, they have to be proportional, okay? That'll be using the side-side-side theorem. Now the side angle sides can be a little bit different. The sides, once again, have to be proportional, okay? However, in this case, so proportional, or do prop for short, but in this case, the angle, right, the angle is definitely going to be in between the two sides. The angle of the two triangles have to be congruent. Remember, congruent means exact same measurement. So if they don't have the exact same angle measurement, can't use side angle side. Let's go ahead, let's use these two theorems and kind of do some examples, okay? The first one. So we're going to use the side-side-side similarity theorem. So here it says, is either triangle RST, so this one right here, or XYZ, one over here, similar to triangle ABC? Okay, so all we're using is side, side, side. So I'm going to color code this so to illustrate what sides correspond with the other side. So it says compare triangle ABC and triangle RST by finding ratios of corresponding sides. So let's do AB first, okay? So we have AB, those are our first two letters of the triangle. While on the other triangle, RST, RS are the first two letters of that triangle, okay? Next, we have BC, so here's BC right here. And then over here is going to be ST. Okay, really, you're just kind of going side to side with the letters. Last, well, of course, a process of elimination. We have AC with RT. Okay, so we're going to create fractions with our sides. So we have AB, and we corresponded, in this case, with the red, which is RS. Okay, let's go ahead. So AB is 3, and RS is 3 as well. Now, when you are figuring out, right, if they're proportional, I would suggest in simplifying the fractions. This will definitely let you know if all the values are exactly the same. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's do the next one. So we have BC, right, and that's going to be over ST. So we have BC, which is 4. And then ST is also 4. Once again, please make sure you simplify. Well, we know 4 divided by 4 is 1. Okay. Now our last sides, we have AC, so the blue, over RT. So AC, we look here, is that's supposed to be a 5. Sorry, I kind of circled over it. And then RT is a 4. Now in this case, 5 over 4, we cannot simplify. Now, if we look at all of the sides, right, well, the scale factor is not the same, right? Meaning we have 1 here, 1, and then 5/4. Because one of the sides is not the same, triangle ABC and triangle RST, they are not similar. So here you can say not similar. There you go. Okay. Well, then let's try the other one. So I'm going to color code it the same. So now we have to do the other triangle, if you didn't know that. So ABC and now triangle XYZ. So the first two letters of the second triangle is XY. So I'm going to color code that red. That now corresponds with AB. okay? BC, which is in green, that's going to correspond with YZ, so that's going to be the 8 here. And once again, process of elimination, 10 is going to be blue, all right? So I might have to be scrolling up and down on this just because I do write kind of big. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do red first. So we have AB, right? And that's going to be over XY. Well, we already know if you kind of go up, AB is already 3. But let's go up and see what's XY. Well, remember, XY is in the red, which is 6. Okay? Remember, make sure to simplify. Okay, so 3 over 6 simplifies to 1/2. Let's do green. So green's going to be BC over YZ. Well, we already knew BC is going to be, well, 4, right? YZ, in this case, is the green. That's going to be 8. Remember to simplify. So we have 1/2 once again. And then our blue, which is the last one, that's going to be our AC. So you can either write it as AC or CA. It does not matter, really. And then XZ. I should have said that before. But it's basically the same side. So AC, we said, was 5. And then here, ZX or XZ, whatever you want to call it, is 10. So we have 5 over 10. Make sure whenever you're doing this, look at the triangles. They will give you the sides here. So 5, 10, if we simplify, is to 1/2. Now, if we look here, right, we got to see if the scale factor is the same for each of the sides. 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. So that means the sides of the two triangles, right, ABC and XYZ, they are proportional, okay? Now, if you didn't see this, it says write a similarity statement for the pair that works. So now we have to write a similarity statement, okay, which we've done before. So here, what we're going to do is we do triangle ABC. All we do is just rewrite triangle ABC. We use that little squiggly line. Remember that signifies is similar to triangle X, Y, and Z. And this is your, what we call your similarity statement. And that's your answer right there. I did also circle just to let you know which two triangles are similar. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to go to example 2. Now, once again, we are going to use the side similarity theorem, but we're going to use it to figure out the value of x. So it says in the direction, find the value of x that makes triangle ABC similar to triangle DEF. Okay, so we're just trying to figure out the value of x. Now here, as you can see, I put this here, okay, and I would suggest writing this down on your notes as well. All you have to do is pick any two of the 3 pairs. We will not have to use all 3 sides. Okay, that's a relief. What we're going to do here is we're going to create proportions. Yes. Okay, so remember we did proportions and we continue to do them. We're going to create proportions. Remember, proportions are basically 2 ratios that are equal to each other. Now, before we create these 2 proportions, or create the proportions, let's color code the sides, okay? Now, I'm going to use 2 specific sides, but you can use 2 others if you want to, okay? You should still get the same answer as I do for x. Okay, so AB, so here's our AB. Once again, I'm going to make that red. If we go to the second triangle, that's going to be DE, so it's going to be the 18, okay? Green, which is the BC here, right? It's going to be the same as EF. Okay, so we have BC and then EF. Okay, I'm going to erase that now. There we go. And then our very last one, which is going to be, you can either say AC or CA. Okay, it's basically process of elimination. So the 8x plus 1, and then the 2x plus 1. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a proportion. Here's what I'm going to use. Now, you can use different ones if you want to. Okay, you should still get the same answer as I do at the end. So I'm going to do AB, right, remember, we put it over DE. There you go. And then I'm going to make it equal to, now, because we have to solve for x, you definitely need one of them that has the x values in it. Okay, so make sure that is the possible one. Okay. Oh, I just realized I made a little mistake. Sorry, guys. Okay. So BC, it looks like it's going to be EF, and I did not make that correct. Let me rewrite this. Here we go. So BC should be with EF. There we go. Okay. Hopefully you guys caught that one, okay, because that's a very big major one. So what I did is I kind of went back because I did make a mistake. Really, AC right here should have been with DF. Okay, so this is the correct now. So 8x plus 1 and the 22 should correspond. While BC, which is 15, should actually correspond with EF. So the 2 times x plus 1. Okay. Okay, going back to our proportion, what I'm going to use now is I'm going to do AC. So I'm going to color code that. That's AC over what we call DF. Okay. Okay, so AB, we know it's 27. And then DE is going to be 18, set it equal to, color coding. AC is now 8x plus 1, and then that's going to be over 22. Now, what we're trying to do is solve for x, so what we have to do is cross multiply. So I'm going to do 18 times 8x plus 1. Now, what I'm going to do is distribute the 18 to the 8x and distribute it to the 1. So I do 18 times 8x, okay? That should give me 144x. And then I'm going to do 18 times 1 to give me plus 18. Now I do the other side. Basically, it's just 27 times 22. That should give me 594. And there we go. And now it is a multi-step equation. Now, here, plus 18, I do the opposite. I subtract 18 from both sides. I have 144x now, which equals 576. And then I divide both sides by 144. Same thing over here. And then I get x, which equals, so these cancel out here. Now I get x, which equals 4. Now here all it says is to find the value of x. Once you figured out the value of x, that is going to be your solution right there. Okay? So x equals 4 is your answer. Okay. Now what I would like you to do, because basically it's the same thing, I would like you to try example 3. All you're doing is finding the value of x, okay? Now here you do have exactly 2 sides, so you have to use those 2 sides, okay? So in part 2, I will explain how you actually get your answer here. So go ahead, you can just pause the tape, or you can actually just stop it and go ahead and try this one. And then on part 2 of this video, I will show you the answer, and then we'll do example 4 as well.